Howdy, 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 my name's Anachi Sasuke. Welcome back to Let's Read Homestuck. So, I said this in the SCP video I posted yesterday, but I decided to, instead of posting 3 videos every day and essentially running myself ragged, I would do 2 videos a day by going back and forth between posting Homestuck and posting SCP videos at 6 o'clock in the evening. So, in the last episode, Aranea was getting frustrated at being rushed and trying to tell stories of what was going on to everybody, and now she's going to rush tale her way through what happened with her Imperial condensation. So, instead of storming off to the moon in a huff, Pixie's embraced her role as an heiress. Once she reached the age to challenge the Empress, she killed her predecessor easily. She did more to sink our race into perpetual darkness and violence than any empress before her, and her rule lasted the longest by far. She conquered thousands of planets and star systems, many of them personally. She was responsible for the death of trillions. Her reign was interrupted only by the extinction of our race, which was orchestrated by the omniscient creep I mentioned previously. She flew back to her homeworld, killed Megiddo, and assumed control of her demonic powers. In doing so, she also assumed her role as the servant to an indestructible demon, whose existence was about to result in the annihilation of our universe. But before that, he had a new assignment for her. Is this brief enough of my addressing all the cool stuff to your satisfaction? That's the first half of her story. In the second half, she escaped to a fresh universe to wreak more havoc. She infiltrated a planet called Earth, which is home to a race called humans. These guys here. On the post-scratch version of Earth, long story, she gained absolute power, flooded the planet, and completely wiped out the human population while expanding her abilities even further. She then somehow entered the humans' game session and took control there as well. She did all this at the behest of her employer and has shown no signs of slowing her rampage, or ever dying for that matter. So, Mina, how was that story? Are you bored yet? Dirk? What? I think that's the Batter Witch. Yeah, you're just getting that now? Great Scott, I have to do something! Do something? No, man, just sit tight, okay? But that's C. Hitler! She's right there in the spooky flesh. Remember all the horrible things you said she did? Yeah, but cripes, it sets my blood boil just thinking about it. I have to stop her. That's why I'm here. I just figured it out. I have to do it, bro. No, you don't. Come on, don't be an idiot. Yes, I do. That's what you do when you go back in time and find Hitler. That's like one of the rules of adventure. If you have the chance to kill Hitler and stop his crimes from happening, then you do it. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. You didn't go back in time, Jake. Do you even understand what's going on? I gotta do something. Okay, how do I do this? Frick, no time to think. Here I go, Jake. Ha! Jake, die, fish Hitler, die! Jake, I won't let you kill my people! Jake, no, what are you doing? Kapow, take that! Oh shit, Grandpa Egbert Jr. Dad totally snapped. Jake, stop! And a bit of that! Dude, this is completely embarrassing. And how about a smidgen of this? Everyone thinks you're either stupid or insane. Whambo! Ugh. Ruffianism. You killed Dirk and Roxy's bro and mom, respectively. Or you will later, I think. I cannot let that happen. No, Jake, that wasn't another universe. Or, I mean, I won't let you turn my planet into Waterworld. That movie was great, but not that great. She isn't the same person, though. I mean, she is, but I can't let you exploit your baked goods empire to massacre the human race. She won't grow up to do any of that. She's the pre-scratch version. You see, the Batter Witch you're talking about was a totally different... over my dead body, I'm going to let you stick a pair of stinking juggalos in the White House. Why does this all have to be so complicated to explain? Karate chop! What? Juggalos? Rose, is he drunk too? What's going on? Psst. Huh? So, what's the deal with you, Mr. Brain Phantom? The deal with me? Yes. I'm not trying to answer that. What's the deal with you? How are those horns working out for you? And also the fact that you're an alien? What's up with that? Exactly. Should I tell people about you, or you didn't see nothing? Yes, that is true. Jake, stop wailing on her! I mean wailing! Wait, why am I correcting myself? They're homonyms! Nobody could even tell which kind of wailing I meant. Dragon Punch! Jake! Right in the fishy kisser. I said, stop! Doof. Mina, are you okay? Mina? So cool! So, I'm still here, right? Even though Jake woke up? It would seem so. Okay, just making sure. God, my existence is weird. Jake, wake up. Ow, your head. The old noggin has been getting a workout lately, and you don't mean the kind you get from puzzles. Good thing your trusty skull top took some of the brunt. Also, good thing your trusty skull took the rest of it. The sturdy bone really makes for a splendid backup helmet, you think. Speaking of the skull top, it seems someone left you a message. Uranian Umbra began cheering Golgotha's terror. Jake, I don't have long to talk, so I should leave this note to you while you sleep and then go. I may have to begin, let us say, bending rules a bit more than I have. He's making things bloody impossible. Our game is now nothing short of war, that is all I will say. Well, I will also say this, I'm scared out of my wits to go to sleep now. I don't know what will come of me, my dream self is kaput like yours. But I don't fancy you will have trouble waking from your nap, whereas best not to dwell on it, I suppose. I don't know what to do besides stall and keep helping you as much as I can. Now is the time to retrieve those weapons from the capsule and prepare the gift. This is so important. The chain will not be complete unless the delivery is made. But first you may want to test its capabilities. In particular, what are they called? The Infinitesimalizer and the Monstrosifier? Those sure are some funny names for things strewn about your tail. Remember, green means grow, red means shrink, but surely you know this. Give it a go, perhaps try targeting that unwieldy edifice stashed away in your Silodex. Could free up some space, but remember to hold on to it. It remains as important as ever. I'll be signing off then, so much to do, so little time. Examine time capsule. Still about 10 minutes to go before the stuff is supposed to appear. In the meantime, might as well mess around with the bunny like she said, see if it works. Deploy Terry Kaiser. Terry, attaboy. He looks like he's ready and raring to be a loyal companion to his new owner, that lucky bastard. You'll be a little sad to say goodbye. Sorry. You hardly got a chance to know him at all. Monstrosify something. You drop some delicious fruit and activate the green beam. Green means grow. This is some serious Alice in Wonderland shit going on here. And soon you will send the rabbit on its way through the looking glass. These aren't the kind of things that usually occur to you, though, especially after several blows to the head. You continue staring vacantly at the dancing fruit, while that kind of thing keeps not occurring to you. Eureka! It works! Never a doubt in your mind. Grandma's technology is pure modern witchcraft, like she busts it loose from a big silver screen playing the Wizard of Oz or some nonsense. Which also isn't a thing that's occurring to you right now. This is exactly the kind of technology you would win big-time awards for. The kind that would end world hunger. Or would be if humanity wasn't about to go down the toilet anyway. What a bummer. Try out the Infinitesimalizer. You deploy the massive thing that's been clogging your Silodex forever. Sometime after your house exploded, you found it in the jungle and snapped it up for safekeeping. Even if you didn't have strong sentimental value, you probably would have grabbed it anyway. Globes are sweet. You love globes. Globes, spheres, they're all cool in your book. But to be completely honest, you'll be relieved to have your inventory space back. Shrink it! Works like a charm, as expected. Oh, there it goes. Whoops! There it goes, down the rabbit hole. You'll need to fish it out of there. Supposedly one of your grandma's thingamajigs inside the globe is pretty important. You'll go get it in a few minutes, so the capsule flower's about to bloom. Watch it bloom. There they are! Finally, the deadly armaments you have been waiting... Huh? Those are armaments? It was just like a big silly pile of shit. Oh well, you guess the alien girl knows what she's talking about. Check capsule clock. Hold on, the clock reset itself to a new countdown. Something else is going to come out of this thing in a little more than an hour. But according to game plan, you're not even supposed to still be here in an hour. You wonder what it could be. Guess you won't be around to find out. Prepare a present for delivery. Gotta shrink those weapons down first. No way they're fitting in that box along with the rabbit. John, one more thing. You need to write an addendum to John about this stuff. John, who is probably Jane's grandpa from the past, or maybe not really in the past. Maybe like a younger grandpa clone who lives in the ghost world where you saw all those other kids, including those two Dirk and Roxy looking kids. And what you think may have been literally a sleeping Roxy, but you aren't totally sure? Why does everything have to be so complicated? Whatever, no big. Going on adventures isn't about understanding them. It's about being brave and leaping into fistfights without thinking ahead. You finish off your note with a few more friendly words and something vague about who you really are. You're just following your alien friend's advice while maintaining a bit of secrecy so as to not cause timeline problems, but boy is it hard keeping secrets. You can't help yourself and slip in a subtle clue that your grandmother is actually his pal Jade. Tee-hee. You figure John is even half as sharp as you, he'll pick up on that right away. It's okay, it'll just be a little secret between you and him. The pretend British alien doesn't even need to know. Yeah, there's something in my eye. Okay. Terry's ready to go. You ask the bunny kindly to put himself back in the box. He happily complies, and there's no reason at all to ask rhetorically why he wouldn't put himself back in the box. You place him on the transmaterializer's pedestal, and get ready to hit the certificate button one last time. You can't believe this project is finally finished. No more fun letters between you and your grandma. You guess the next time you talk to her it'll be in person. Hard to believe, but then, for a guy like you, nothing is. Fast forward to live.
I could stay awake just to hear you breathing, watch you smile while you are sleeping, while you're far away and dreaming. I could spend my life in this sweet surrender. I could stay lost in this moment forever, where every moment spent with you is a moment I treasure.
Well, that happened. I completely forgot that happened, but I do remember where I was when it happened. Moving on. Terry Kaiser, 11/11/11 to 4/13/2009. Liv Tyler, 4/13/2009 to question mark. And that was how that stuff happened. The bunny didn't make it. Ooh, cheer, ooh. Let's see. Finally getting a bit aggressive with your queen there? Usually you aren't nearly as patient with her. The little gambit I permitted you at the start certainly has inspired some unconventional play. It's not going quite as miserably for you as I expected. I'm sorry to damn you with faint praise, but with a track record like yours, I suspect one takes what he can get. Rook to h4. Undying umbrage began jeering Uranian Umbra. So fucking smug. Have I mentioned lately how great it's going to be when you're dead? Just because you've never lost a match doesn't mean you won't lose the game that really matters. Nor does it even mean you'll win this one. It's far from over, trust me. Bishop to c6. Why have you been enclosing all your moves in quotes? You've been really acting so odd this match. Knight to d6. Look out, I'm coming for her. I think she's languished from behind the front lines long enough, wouldn't you say? Time to shake things up. Move her or take my knight. You know you want to take her. Just look at her there. What a cheeky intrusion. Slithered right into your palace and made herself comfy. Maybe she'll lay an egg once she finishes her feast. Might as well take her out. You know, when the action begins and pieces start to fall, that's when you make all your most creative mistakes. Anywho, far from over, you say? No, I don't imagine this game will be taking up much more of our time. Oh my fucking god, blah blah blah. The quilts are part of the enchantment I mentioned. Like part of a spell, you know, magic. You love magic and how it's totally real. Knight to d6. The knight is dead, your words are boring. Defeat, ooh. Let's see. I still don't know what you think you're on about with this enchantment business. If it's, a psych out tactic to break my concentration, it isn't working. Queen to a5. The knight is dead, your goose is cooked. No, it is working. You are actually playing very poorly right now, but you are blinded to your mistakes by my enchantment. Bishop to f3, the bishop is dead. Your something is something, whatever, check. Yes, there you go, that's the sort of aggression the people pay top boon dollar to see. King to d2. Pawn to b6. Bishop to d6, your knight is dead. Your serpents are lost, check. Oh, well shit, it sure does appear that I am in check. Guess I'll do something about that. King to f7. Oh dear, so much for your enchantment. That was a dire mistake. Mate in 4, rook to f4, check. King to g7. Queen to e5, check. King to g6, rook to g4, check. One more to go, love. Well, what is left for me to do besides accept my defeat gracefully? King to h7. That's a fine attitude. Maybe you are finally making some progress in the realm of swordsmanship. Queen to g7, checkmate. No, it isn't. What are you talking about? Don't be a poor sport again. You were doing so well there, relatively speaking. The game is over. Better luck next time, bro. It is not over, sis. Look at the board closer. I'm not in checkmate. I have no idea what you're babbling about. Sounds like desperation to me. I'm looking at the pieces. Your king cannot step anywhere. That does not put him in check. Nor can a threat to him be eliminated by other means. You have been mated. The king is dead. Your enchantment has failed. That is not my king. This is becoming silly. Unless you have something to say about the game which actually makes sense, I'm done with it. I have more important things to do. You're not done with anything unless you want to forfeit. Look closer at the king and queen, and then remove their crowns. What? Okay. Oh, bloody hell. This was your enchantment? Are you serious? Ah, this is your shittiest twist yet. Well played, sis. You checkmated my queen. This is so fucking funny. I'm just astonished. Not at the guile of your little ploy, but the fact that you actually seem to think it was a clever ruse. It's just so painfully daft. I'm speechless. Never saw someone speechless who had so much to type. I thought you of all people would appreciate my modifications. The crowds are really nice and well crafted, form-fitting, hardly adding any weight, like capping a tooth. You were completely fooled, and now the coveted prankster's gambit between us belongs to me. This is absurd. You nagged incessantly for me to allow you to reverse the starting positions of the king and queen. I only agreed to get you to shut up about it, and regardless, I knew I could beat you anyway, even with your initial advantage, and I was right. How can you claim this is a legitimate strategy? You broke the rules. Hey, I didn't break any rules. I merely asked if you would agree to me swapping the start positions of the king and queen, and you did agree. But then I didn't actually do it. When did I say I would? Never. I was only gauging your willingness to make the exception. And then I went about decorating my king and queen with nice little hats, which is also not against the rules. You do it all the fucking time. Give your game pieces horns and shit. You even give them names and blood casts. Ugh. So if you have a problem with my decorations, I say pot. Allow me to introduce you to the fucking kettle. I cannot believe you are defending this maneuver. Yes, I suppose some of these tactics are technically within bounds of the letter of the rules, but the entire charade was highly disingenuous and unsportsmanlike. It's unbelievably childish, even for you. I know, I am a child, and so are you. It just so happens that you are a child who just got fucking served. It is not against the rules to be childish, or disingenuous, or unsportsmanlike. It is also not against the rules to be a bastard, which is another thing I am. Every single thing I did was legal. My queen, disguised as a king, made moves like a king, which is within its capability. This was done to deceive you. My king, disguised as a queen, made moves like a king, because doing otherwise would break the rules. But you believed it had her powers, and I used this to my advantage, which was hilarious to observe watching you back away from threats, from what was in truth a distant king. All the while my ruse, patently obvious in hindsight, went embarrassingly undetected. No rules broken, not once. In fact, if anyone here broke the rules, it was you. What? Absolute bollocks. What rules did I break? This ought to be good. You agreed to let me start with the king and queen and swap positions. It's against the rules to make an exception like that, even if your opponent is being obnoxious about it. Your willingness to break the rules is disgusting to me. You should feel ashamed of yourself. Luckily, at least one of us has respect for the rules. I started with all my pieces in the correct position, in spite of your willingness to allow those rules to be broken, which, as I have addressed, is totally shameful. You are very fortunate to have a bro who respects the integrity of the game where even his sis might falter. A bro who, while fully adhering to the rules and exposing your hidden shameful tendencies, still managed to defeat you. You prick! Oh, I could just strangle you. I don't even know how tempted I am to do so right now. I did not break the rules. I was doing you a favor. In any case, you say you managed to beat me? When did that happen? Even though you've exposed your ruse, you haven't actually made it me yet, Game Master Bro. Then you admit the game continues to be perfectly legitimate and still in play? Bring it on! Queen to c2, check. Okay, so there's the check. King to e3. Rook to e3, check. Someone's in deep shit. Blah, look at this royal cock-up. This is so stupid. Now I either have to sacrifice my queen or move my king into a strategically horrible position. Why am I even going along with this? Yes, that sure is a strategic dilemma. Who would have thought that the game of chess would present such a scenario? Do you forfeit? You wish. To hell with it. Let's sacrifice the queen. I still put odds in my favor with my rooks and bishop versus your bishop, rook, and queen. I bested you before with less material and initiative on my side. It's queen to c3. The rook is dead. My bro is an arse. Dupe. Whoa, what a huge mistake. I think you must be in your head even more than usual. Queen to c3. The queen is dead. The bitch fucked up. Check. Okay. Oh, shut up and play. King to e2. Pawn to e5. Rook to c4. Another idiotic blunder. This is so easy. Queen to f3. Check. King to d2. Queen to d5. Check. On the fucking run. Woohoo! Shh. King to c2. Queen to d6. The bishop is dead. His flesh consumed. Wait, where did you put it? You better not just have literally eaten the bishop. Rook to c8. Check. King to d7. Rook to h8. The rook is dead. Our shits weren't given. Queen to c5. Ha ha. Check. Any fuck. No, I don't imagine this game will be taking much more of our time. Did someone let the snakes loose, or was that the sound of my vicious burn? King to d2. Queen to d5. Check. King to e2. Queen to f3. Check. King to d2. Queen to g4. The rook is dead. Our chess set is shrieking. Will you stop doing things with the dead pieces? I swear, as if the juvenile enchantment wasn't enough, if it turns out you were also losing or destroying pieces deliberately, I'm going to straight up flip a bitch. Rook to h7. Check. King to c6. King to c2. Wow, another awful move. You're playing almost as shitty as I usually do. Looks like my enchantment worked better than I thought, for something that was in reality fake-ass magic. Queen to e4, check. King to b2. Queen to h7, the rook is dead, the jig is up, mate in 4, or less. Well, let's do the rest of these button clicks. Boop 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 boop. Oh. Fuck this! I don't know why I bothered hearing your vile, underhanded rubbish. I hate you, so just saw off to hell, right, please? Hey there, be careful. A guy could get the wrong idea and mistake your outburst for something caliginous. That would be most unsisterly, don't you think? Anyway, by the looks of this messy board, I'm going to assume you forfeited the match. You're disgusting. I really loathe you, and no, not in that way. I'm not going to talk to you for a while, probably a long while. I only hope I can overcome my contempt for you when it comes time to play our game. But I'm not holding my breath. Leave me alone. Blocked. You blocked me again? You know that doesn't do anything. Anyway, I'm happy we're in agreement that I won. You shouldn't underestimate me. I'll leave you alone for a while like you want, because really, who cares about you? But you should believe me when I tell you, someday, I'm going to kill you in your sleep. Maybe even more than once. Cease jeering, Uranian Umbra. Select character. Oh, it's another character select screen. Okay, save game. We'll start selecting characters in the next episode. So, this has been Anachi Sasuke. This was, I think, episode 95 of Let's Read Homestuck. And in the next episode, I guess we'll start with Roxy, because I like her more than the rest of them. Like, she's the only one who does not make me roll my eyes. So, thank y'all for watching, and I will see you next time. Later.